All right, we're live.
Hey, everybody. It's Thursday again.
All right, guys. So first of all, if you're joining in, go ahead, drop in where you're joining in from if you're live. And if you are watching the replay, go ahead and drop us a hashtag replay. And I am just pulling us up in the group. Oh, there we are. I see us. Awesome. Let's just turn our volume down. All right. Oops, there we go. So guys, go ahead and again, drop in where you're joining us from. I'm not seeing anybody. Oh, there we go. Everybody's now popping on. Perfect. And it's Thursday again. And it's so funny. Every night, every week now on Wednesday, I just keep thinking, how is it Thursday again already? So many exciting things happening and just lots of good stuff. So we're so excited for you guys to be on here today. And it's interesting. We haven't really talked about this topic in quite a while, Ruth, although it's an important one.
I know. And you know what? Sometimes I think, we've trained on this so everyone's okay with it. But in reality, that's not the case, right?
No,
it's not. And that's why we're training on it again today, because it is so important. And it's one of those things that a lot of people can't wrap their mind around, so they don't do it.
Yep. And all right, so seeing lots of people on here. I see Chelsea, I see Marianne, I see Gina, Deb, Carissa, Carlo, Blanca, Gail, Chris. Holy cow, guys. I can't even keep all coming in here. And I see all over the place as well. Oh my gosh. We've got Canada, we've got the US, we've got the East Coast, West Coast, Central. We've got everything on here. So good to see you guys. So we're going to dive in, guys, to this week's training. And I don't know, some of you love it, some of you hate it. And we're going to have to know who our lovers and haters are, I think.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen. And if you are going to love this topic, drop us some hearts.
All right. So, guys, what we are going to talk about today is how to actually sell more and recruit more, right? So I think everybody can love that topic, but using Facebook Lives, all right? So I know for a lot of people, they hate Facebook Lives, but tell us whether you're a lover or a hater of Facebook Lives.
And the other thing, guys, this applies to all video, right? If you're building over on Instagram, it's Instagram Lives, or in Instagram stories, you can record video. If you're doing TikTok or Reels or YouTube, it's really how to recruit and sell more using video. But because we're on Facebook here today, we're talking about Facebook Lives.
Absolutely. All right, guys. So our mission is to show you how to use a simple formula to maximize your engagement on social media. All right. So this is a simple live formula, and we're going to cover a whole bunch of stuff on this today, really to help get you comfortable with doing this.
So in case we haven't met before, we have so many new people in this group, which I'm so excited about. We're Trisha and Ruth. I'm Ruth, that's Trish. And we've been in network marketing a combined 20 plus years, and pay attention to that plus because it's actually closer to 30 now. We built entirely in the online space using attraction marketing, okay? We feel mentally and physically on fire. We are both girl moms. And in the past 3 years, we've actually coached well over 3,000 struggling network marketers, teaching them attraction marketing strategies, helping them break through mindset blocks, all of that good stuff, so that they could have success in their business. We are both six-figure income earners. And Trish, I saw your six-figure ring last week, which made me so excited.
I won't take it off.
And we are passionate about helping people achieve results so that they get to their dreams.
Absolutely. Guys, so here's what we're going to cover today. We are going to unveil the 4 secrets to recruit and sell more using Facebook Lives. So secret number 1 is knowing who you're speaking to, right? Your avatar. We've done lots and lots of training on your avatar. And you can see here how important it is, because every time we do a training, we mention that avatar. So if you have not watched a training on that yet, please go back and find one. Secret number 2, how to use your authentic story to get engagement on your lives. Secret number 3, how to use live video to create interest and do non-pushy follow-up. and obviously be able to build a following of raving fans in that process. And secret number 4, how to go live even if you're scared to do it. And for some of you, that might be the most important secret right here that we're going to cover today.
So why this is different. So guys, what worked on social media 6 months ago is not working today. It is constantly changing. The face of social media is constantly changing. It's super important to stay on top of what's working, because what's the point of doing what's not working? Like nothing. It's about providing value versus selling. That's a key point we're going to cover today. We aren't going to be teaching you old strategies, okay? And we're committed to always teaching what the next thing is so that you guys are on the leading edge of what's working now.
All right, guys, so this is for you today. If you're willing to step out of your comfort zone to build your business, right? So here's the thing. If you want to build in this industry, you got to get comfortable getting uncomfortable, right? So if you are willing to step out of your comfort zone, drop us a comfort below, okay? If you understand that social media is the land of opportunity, because guys, there are so many people here. This is what, we keep talking about every single training as well, are the billions and billions of people who are on social media today. And this is for you if you're coachable, teachable, and trainable, right? And truly coachable, teachable, and trainable, not just saying the words, but being open to it and, really allowing yourself that, when you hear something new, that you go, okay, let me try it versus, I'm not really sure if that works, because I'm going to tell you, we're only giving you stuff that we know works.
Now, this is not for you, and you can log off right now and we won't be hurt if you're not willing to learn and implement new strategies, okay? So if what you're doing right now is not working for you, but you're comfortable doing it, just keep doing it, right? But you're going to get the same results. So if you're not willing to learn and implement something new, it's the action that moves you forward, then this isn't going to be for you. If you're not goal-oriented, okay? You've got to have goals if you want to have success in business. And if you're okay doing what you're doing and you're okay with that.
I love that one. So guys, why this is important to you right now as well, right? Because social media is changing quickly. As you guys know, a year ago, honestly, so it keeps changing monthly, but think about this, a year ago, COVID didn't happen yet, right? So that didn't happen. And then fast forward into March, it did. And everything has changed since then. Like it was already changing. And since then, it has just sped it up. Like it literally condensed everything because people were forced to go online. People were forced to really learn new strategies. So this is also important because many strategies that worked for the past 5 years are no longer working. And, you guys probably said last week, we did a training on another social media platform that's out there that is changing the game and is totally different than everything else that's out there right now. The other thing is, if you want to be a relevant leader, right, then you must be on the cutting edge of what's working now. Just out of curiosity from the people who are here in the group, how many of you have a leader who says, you just need to go talk to more people. You just need to post more. You just need to send more messages, right? If that is you, give me a sad face, actually. Because that's the thing. When Ruth and I talk with people, that's what so many people are doing. And, if you are spending countless hours doing the wrong things, it's not going to help you in this business. And so if you really want to be a relevant leader, you need to teach what is working now today, not what got you to your rank 5 years ago, right? Because that's just not even fair to your team.
So we're getting lots of comments here, Trish. Carissa says, I do them, but I usually don't get much response. That's okay, Carissa, because in time you will. You don't know who's watching, and in time you will, and you have to always trust the process. So just keep doing them and your people will show up. Deb says, I have done one on here, fear. Well, the fact that you did one, Deb, is awesome because the more you do, the easier they get. And I'm so proud of you for stepping outside of your fear. So that is awesome. So how we got here. So we used to do probably all of the things that many of you have either done or are currently doing. So we used to do challenge groups. We used to spam our personal profiles and our Instagram accounts with product promotions, pictures of our products, posting and praying someone would reach out, but they never did. We were posting sweaty selfies. I love that. I don't even know what that means. It sounds funny. We did those awkward reach outs to friends from high school. It's like, I haven't talked to them in 30 years, but I'm going to go, hey, how's it going? What you been up to? And it was weird. I did join my team posts all the time. It was my desperation post at the end of the week. If I hadn't recruited someone that week, I would like be panicking going, okay, I'm going to do the post. I'm looking for 5 dynamic people to join my awesome team. And then I'd post and pray and no one would reach out. But I kept doing it anyway because I didn't know what else to do. And all of the above way back then worked to a point, but then it didn't anymore because everyone was doing it. And plus it felt really weird and it felt really inauthentic. And all of that kind of energy just comes out of you when you feel that way. So it never works anyway.
So Ruth, you don't remember doing workouts and like posting pictures with your shake or anything like that?
Yes.
That? Oh,
it's like, here's my shake. Thank God I have it.
In my old company too, I used to do these all the time. Their shake was actually like in a can, right? So it had the name, like it had everything on it. And that would be me every single workout or put it on the back of my car or whatever. And it's just weird. And, I'm so glad we don't do that.
No.
So secret number 1, guys, you got to know who you're speaking to. And, we've really covered this on a lot of trainings, but knowing who your perfect prospect is, right? And so again, if you've not watched our avatar training, do that because this is something that it's really going to make or break everything you do on social media because you need to know that language of who you're speaking to. You need to know the pains that they've got, the struggles that they've got. And, so you really want to be thinking about, that perfect prospect. And a lot of times, you got to think about this too. The perfect prospect isn't necessarily somebody who you've been trying to recruit. Your perfect prospect is the person who you want to be doing business with. And like we've shared before too, if you are selling products, you're going to have, an avatar for that. And if you're building a business, you're going to have an avatar for that. They're 2 separate people, right? 2 separate avatars, and they're going to have different struggles, right? Because let's just say it's a product where you're maybe helping someone lose weight. Well, the struggle that someone is having to lose weight is very different than the struggle someone's having building a network marketing business, right? So you really need to be able to focus on providing a solution to those struggles. So a lot of times, when you're going through this avatar worksheet and you're doing this, and figuring out who that person is, it might be someone like yourself, right? Because you're going to put yourself in their shoes. Now, it may be somebody different, but a lot of times you're able to share some of the things that you struggled with. If you're someone who has been told, go friend every single person on your friend list and send them that hey girl message, right? You probably got sick of sending hey girl messages. When you talk about hey girl messages, they're going to know exactly what you're talking about and go, oh yeah, I hate doing that too, right? So again, being able to share that struggle and now what your solution is, what you're doing differently, that's changed things for you. So, again, when you're doing this live, you've got to make sure you're speaking that language to the people who you really want to resonate with, in your audience. And then you really want to be authentic, right? You want to allow people to get to know the real you, right? Like be yourself. And here's the thing, you don't have to be all made up to get on a live. Like if you want to get on after doing a workout, get on after doing a workout. Let people see, let people into your life a little bit. It's really going to show that authenticity and it's really going to make a difference, when this person is watching you, listening to you, because they're going to be able to relate with you a lot more. And that's what you want to do. You really want to be able to resonate with people, and knowing who you're talking to will allow all of that to happen.
100%. And I just want to say hello to some of the new people joining us in our group. Sweet and Sherry, welcome. Mama, welcome. Lillian, nice to see you here. Bianca, really great to have you with us, guys. And thank you for participating in the comments. It keeps it fun for us too. We're going to move on to secret number 2. So use your authentic story to get engagement on your lives. So what you don't want to do, and it can, you know, you're going to get better and better over at time, but doing will get you better. But what you don't want to do is show up like a robot. And I'm going to give you an example. My very first Facebook Live I did, it was like 5 years ago. I was thinking, oh, I got to look professional. So I actually put a suit on, and I did. I got a work suit and I put it on, and I sat like really like I was a robot, and I just gave my 3 points, and then I go back and look at it. It was so bad. But you know what? That's how we all start, right? So if you feel like, you know, uncomfortable, it's okay. It's okay, because we all start there, and you'll get better and better. But you'll find that if you use your authentic story, you just show up as you, right? And not as something that you're trying to be, then that's going to come through and people will truly connect with you. Okay. Funny, I hopped on a Crossline team call yesterday morning, and there was about 150 people on it. And I literally had just rolled out of bed. I am not a morning person. And my hair was all over and I had no makeup on. But you can pull it off when you've got an authentic story and some value to give. So it's not so much about how you look and that you show up perfectly. It's that you show up as you. You got to show up as you, okay? Share the struggles you've had to build engagement. So let people know the journey. Let people walk the journey with you. Like, share what's real, because authenticity, I always have a hard time with that word, is what sells. Authenticity sells. There was a time where, you know, it was like 5 years ago, you could go rent a Lamborghini and put a sexy dress on and pose in front of it, and that would sell. It doesn't anymore. People see through fakeness now. So be yourself and share your struggles and allow people to get to know the real you. It doesn't always have to be a perfectly scripted business presentation. It can be you standing at your kitchen counter, making some dinner and having a chat with people. Let people in to see the real you.
Yeah. So Ruth, we've got a question here. Someone just needs a little more clarity. They said, what does that mean? What does your authentic story actually mean?
Okay, so a really, really good question. So I've got a number of authentic stories that I share on my social media. I share my story of struggling as a network marketer, trying to do things old school, and really getting tired of, you know, we did hotel meetings back then. So getting tired of trying to get people to a hotel meeting, driving an hour and a half to get to the hotel and not have my guests show up. Like, that's an authentic story of struggle. I've got other stories of struggle that are more personal. I share the story of 10 years ago when I was in a relationship that was absolutely horrific, and I was almost crushed by it. But that story shows people that they can go from struggle to greatness, right? If one day at a time you make a change in your life, you make a decision that you deserve more. And so sharing those stories of realness, of rawness, of struggle, of things that have happened to you in your life and in your business makes you real. And when you're real, people will come to know, like, and trust you. And guess what? I bet you if you're a network marketer, you've heard those 3 words before: know, like, and trust. People will join you when they know, like, and trust you. So your authentic story, whether it's a personal story that you kind of, at the end twist and have a business twist to it, show people that they can get over anything, or it's a business story, is really, really effective to connect with your audience. So hopefully that helped.
I think so. Yeah, she said, thank you for your answer. And I think too, guys, one of the reasons that it's, just to add a little bit to it, one of the reasons that it's so important to be authentic and to truly share your struggle with people is it's going to give not only do people resonate with you, but it's going to help give them belief, right? And the majority of the people who fail in this industry, it's because they have a lack of belief, right? They don't believe that they can do it. They think it's because they don't have training. And don't get me wrong, training is really, really, really important. But a lot of what training does is it also builds belief, right? Because when you can go out and start having more confidence with what it is you're doing, you're going to start getting results, and those results are going to build belief. So just knowing where you came from, because, think about this. If you're someone, you're now starting to have success in your business, people are looking at you going, oh my gosh, I want that success. Oh my gosh, look at her. She's amazing. I mean, I know Ruth and I get a lot of people who reach out and they think, just because we're top leaders that we didn't go through these struggles. Well, guys, part of the reason we have so much to teach is because we had a lot of struggles and a lot of failures and a lot of things that didn't work. And we learned from those things. But what we also learned was that if you continue moving forward, if you persevere through it, you get yourself enough training and you do the right things, you 100% can do it. And, the one thing that I can share with you is we have no doubt, like we have 100% belief that we're going to make it to the top of our company. Like we're more than halfway there, right? We're like only a couple ranks away, but it didn't begin that way. And that's why it's really important for people to know where you came from in those beginning days by sharing those stories and being really authentic. So hopefully that helps. And that ties in, I didn't cover secret number 3. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I just rambled on yours. But the other thing, so guys, secret number 3, is really also about using that live video to create interest. Right? You want to create interest with people. And again, by sharing your stories, doing all those things we just talked about, that's going to be able to create interest. People are going to want to show up when they see that you're going live. They're going to want to hear more about what you have to say, right? And what this is going to allow you to do as well is you can be doing non-pushy follow-up by giving different call to actions in your videos and different things. It's going to, because people are going to start to know you and trust you, and then obviously like you, that when you suggest for them to do something, it's going to allow them to go, okay, right, I want to do it. And then also when you follow up with them, they know you're being genuine at this point because you're building that relationship with them. And what that's going to do is you're going to really build a following of fans who just really love everything that you share because they know that you're coming with value and you're really sharing from the heart, right? The other thing that you're going to want is you're going to want a place to send them to evaluate your product, your opportunity, right? So for our team, they've got a place that they can send people to and invite people to. They've got trainings they can send them to. They've got videos and recordings and all different, testimonials, all different places where they can be sending people to evaluate our product or opportunity, okay? And then the other thing is live video is key to growing your audience. And it's not just because it builds up know, like, and trust, but because the Facebook algorithm loves it, right? Still, out of everything on Facebook or Instagram or anything, that's why Reels are so big. That's why TikTok is so big, because live video is the key. People really get to see you, and it's different than seeing a picture in a written post, right? Because it's interactive. And it really just allows people to feel more like they know you, that almost like they're in the same room with you when you do these live videos. And that's really important, especially today when people can't, well, one, we're building globally, but two, people can't really get out to actually have some of that interaction. So live video is a huge piece of that interaction for people.
It's so interesting, this point, Trish, because if you look at TikTok and you look at Instagram Reels, it's that short form live video that the algorithm is really promoting. And I heard yesterday or the day before that YouTube now is coming out with a live video sort of functionality piece. So for that short 15-second, 30-second video. So they're going to try and go up against TikTok and Reels and Instagram Reels now. So interesting to watch, because when you watch what's changing, generally that's what's working. That's what the social media platforms are pushing. And right now, guys, it is video.
And Ruth, just to add to that real quickly, think about things changing. TikTok really took off when the pandemic hit.
Yes.
Like, it was starting to be a little bit popular, but when the pandemic hit, it grew like wildfire. And, I think about the Super Bowl. For those of you here in the US, right? We had the Super Bowl this last Sunday. The performer who was there, he's called The Weeknd, I guess is like his, I don't know, just I don't really follow it, but what I can tell you is he got popular through a TikTok video. Like, that song hit the charts because of a TikTok video. Like, he probably wouldn't have been known otherwise. So just, very interesting.
Crazy stuff. And the other thing to notice, guys, is that you never arrive. So things are always changing in business, right? Whether it's social media or the way we do things. And so you've got it. Entrepreneurship is a constant learning game. And you're always going to have to test things out, see how they work. Some of the things are going to flop. I know when we were building our team duplication system last year, we tried so many things, and tested them out. They didn't work right and had to go back to the drawing board. And everything is constantly evolving. So staying on the leading edge of what's working now is so important, and really continuing to plug in with us here, because we're going to keep you on the leading edge. So secret number 4 is, this is the big one. Most people are afraid to go live for a couple of reasons. Number one, maybe they fear their friends are going to see it and, laugh at them or reject them, or they feel like an imposter. Like, who am I to go out and talk about, skincare tips when I have wrinkles? So, that whole imposter syndrome thing, people don't necessarily know what to talk about. So that's another sort of thing that can keep people from doing the action when they're going, I don't even know what to talk about. So drop me a 1 in the comments if you've ever felt either of these things, the imposter syndrome, or you don't know what to talk about. People lack self-confidence. Just like my very first video years ago, I lacked self-confidence going live. So I went and put a suit on, and it was like my little suit of armor that I used to wear to corporate. It made me feel safe, right? Looking back, it was a little ridiculous, but you do what you have to do to put yourself out there. But a lot of people lack self-confidence, right? And putting yourself out there before getting results is another one. So who am I to put myself out as a network marketing specialist if I've never rank advanced in my company, right? So all of those things are things that can really, really hold people back. And here's some tips to overcome them.
Yeah. And just one quick question, or let's answer this real quickly before. Let me go back. It says, how many times should we go live each week? And, here's the thing. We used to say, try to, do it a couple of times a week. But I'll be honest, I don't think you can go live too often, in my opinion. I think the more you go live, the better off you're going to be. And that's one of the things that we're really finding that is changing. You used to be able to get away with just doing it a couple of times a week, which it's not that you can't get away with doing it now, but I think you're going to grow a following faster the more you go live. And
it's funny. There was a time, Trish, where everyone was talking about the algorithms, as you know, and going, only post 3 times a week and, do lives twice and you don't want to disturb the algorithm. After testing out posting like a ton over the last little while, I think it's a lot of bogus.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you can be on social media too much because you want to be seen, whether it's in stories or reels or on Facebook Lives or Facebook posts, Facebook stories, wherever it is, the more people that are seeing you, the better off you're going to be.
Agreed. I agree. And just real quickly too, let's see here. I got a question. It says, do you have to be active on all the platforms to be effective? And that answer is no, you don't. However, if you are on more than one, if you're tying them together, you'll be more effective. I would say that. And then, and this is perfect because here's some, Carissa says, always hoping people won't judge me as not knowing what I'm doing. And so this is perfect, Chris, as we go into these tips to overcome things. So I think one of the biggest things is, not caring about what other people think, and I know sometimes that's really hard to do, but we're going to have, stay here till the end, guys. And we've got a couple things special for you on this. But truly, if you want to build a business, one of the things you're going to have to do is stop caring. You really have to stop caring about what other people think. Because the bottom line is, what you do is what puts food on your table, not what they think, right? And you've really got to, if you're wanting to build a business, you've really got a couple options. You either go out and prospect in person at places, or you find a way to start attracting people on social media. Like, there's really no other way. You're going to have to do something to really build this business. Another thing is practice while your audience is small, right? So, right now, one of the things that you need to be doing is, really starting to grow your following. And we've done other trainings on that as well. But while your audience is small, you can be do more lives. Get out there a little bit more while that audience is small so that you can become more comfortable as your audience grows. Okay. And we've got some other things too that we'll be sharing with you here in just a minute. And think about your avatar, right? Focus on your avatar, because let me just ask you, this is a big one. And maybe for some of you, you haven't had this yet, but think about this. If your business was exactly where you wanted it to be, how grateful would you be for the business that you have, right? So be thinking about who your avatar is and focus on providing that solution to their struggle. Because when you talk about your products to people, or you talk about your opportunity to people, how much do you believe in it? Do you truly believe that what you have can change somebody's life? Because if you do, you don't care about those people and what they think. You're only caring about finding those people who need what you have, right? And they will come out of the woodwork. If you can really speak that true voice, they're going to be so grateful that you shared what you did. And that's what it's really all about. Truly focusing on those people who need what you have. Okay. And the other thing is you can practice with non-live video, right? So just practice, video yourself at home. Just turn that camera on and start practicing talking into it. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to go back and listen to it. Now, going back and listen to it might make you better, but at the same time, it might make you more self-conscious. So don't worry about listening to what you do. Just practice talking into it. The other thing I did when I first got started is I would do, a lot of lives on my phone. And obviously when you're doing that live, you've got to turn around and get your face, that you're looking at your face, which is really weird, right? And so I used to take a sticky note, like I would take notes of, what I was talking about for that day, and I would stick them right there over my face so that I couldn't see my face. And then I would just focus on talking about what these tips were. And that's it. So when I wasn't seeing my face, it allowed me to feel a lot more comfortable. And when I really just focused on what it was I had to talk about, I wasn't thinking about other people watching what I was doing. So that's just a tip. And then the other thing is to join a challenge. And Ruth, I see you cracking up. What do you have to share?
Oh my gosh, Trish, did you hear what you said? You said
I don't know.
when you're looking at your face, it looks really weird.
Oh,
It just made me laugh.
well, when you're doing that Facebook Live, so first of all, I don't know, but maybe it's just me. But when you do the live and your face is there talking, sometimes, I always used to focus on looking at myself versus actually looking into the camera,
Yeah.
right? And then it's like you got your expressions, and then it's weird because then it's like you're talking into a mirror, right? You're like looking at yourself. And then, I become so focused on that, I couldn't focus on what I was supposed to talk about. So,
it just sounded funny, that's all.
hopefully somebody can relate to that, right?
Yeah.
Really, drop me a 2.
Okay, so preparing for Facebook Live or any live video. Number 1, have a catchy headline. So you want people to stop the scroll. Remember, people are on social media, they got their phones and they're going like this. So you want to stop the scroll. So a catchy headline, let people know what kind of value they're going to get. And then maybe leave them hanging a little bit, right? So they're curious enough to listen. Announce you're going live. So you could do it in a story. You could, if you have an email list like we do, we send emails out. If you're on this live, you probably received one from us saying, hey, we're live. Make sure you hop in the group. Do a short live on your profile or wherever you are, letting people know what the time is that you're going live and what the topic's going to be, and invite them to join you. So everywhere you possibly can, let people know that you're going live. So you have people on with you, and it's way more fun with people on with you. Next thing is 10 to 15 minutes before going live, start commenting on other people's posts. And what this means is that you're going to kind of warm up the Facebook algorithm. So Facebook's going to kind of see you're getting active, you're going to be commenting on people's stuff, maybe send a few messages to people, nothing weird, nothing spammy, not here's my link, join my business. But more along the lines of, hey, how's it going? Just following up or just checking in to see how you're doing. That's going to warm up the algorithm. So those people that you're connecting with are going to get notified and see that you're going live. Plan your live. Make sure it has purpose, right? Get on there with an intention. So an intention to connect. It could be an intention to entertain, or it could be an intention to give value. And when you're giving value, make sure it's good value. Give some good tips, some strategies, some things you do in your life or your business that might help your avatar. And I noticed that Deb had a question. She said, is this my avatar? And she put the little emoji of herself. No, I know the avatar is a weird name. The avatar is actually your ideal business prospect. Like, who is that person that if they knocked on your door tomorrow and said, hey, Deb, I've been following you on social media. Oh my gosh, I am obsessed. What is it that you do? I need to work with you. Who is your ideal prospect? That's your avatar.
I love it. So just 5 little simple steps here, guys, right? So step 1, you're going to just come on, you're going to introduce yourself. You're going to tell what your topic is real quickly and what the benefit is of it. So, never sit there and wait for people to come on live. You want to get it started, because think about this right now, the majority of the people are watching things on replay, right? A lot of them are. So don't be offended either if nobody's there. The cool thing about this is that your video is really there 24/7 now, right? Time zones really don't matter because so many people come back and watch the replays. Step number 2 is you're going to engage and interact with your audience. So getting people to tell you where they're from, getting people to let you know that they're live, getting people to give you a hashtag replay, if they're watching that replay. All of those things are engaging with them. And if you're seeing their names pop up as you are on there, welcoming them on there as well. And step number 3 is then you're going to start delivering your message, right? So you're informing your people about what it is that you're talking about, going through, if you've got 3 steps to something, really just going out and delivering that. But also, when you're delivering that message to people, don't just give facts, right? Like, put a little story in your message, get people to agree, get some minor agreements in that story, but also be super relatable. And that's how, when you tie your story into your message, it's going to allow people to really start again to build that relationship with you. Step 4 is you're going to be keeping your audience engaged by interacting with them. So again, like I said, as you're doing things, speaking out, you're like, guys, does that relate to you? If it relates to you, drop me a this. If this is making sense, drop this. Different things that you can say to be engaging and interacting. And then step 5 is your call to action. Now, the call to action can be a variety of things, but the big thing is that it's really, you're basically telling them what to do, right? You're telling them what you want them to do next. And a lot of times inviting them to something is good. It could be, maybe, like we said before, maybe you've got, a little PDF or something that you can send people that gives them some ideas of what to do on a live, or if it's tips that you're sharing. Maybe it's you want to invite them to another training that you've seen. Like, if you've seen something powerful in this group that's been helpful to you, you could talk about, oh my gosh, I just watched this training where they covered X, and if you would like in, drop this below and I'll get the information to you. So invite them to something you have, right? And that's going to be the big thing. So there's just those 5 simple steps.
We have a question here today from Chelsea. She says, does this translate the same to Instagram or Facebook only?
Well, that's a great question. Honestly, it's both, right? It's wherever you're going to go live. It's wherever you're going to be talking. You really want to be following these same principles. On Instagram, if you're going live, you really only can do it in stories, right? You can't, that's the only way to go live on Instagram. But you certainly can do that. And you want to be doing the same things, because again, when you go live, it's not just to give information, right? It's to actually start building a relationship with somebody. Because again, you're taking people from a cold market and you want to move them into a warm market where they're starting to get to know you a little, to a red hot market where they want to sign up and do business with you. Right. So you're taking people from not knowing to knowing by going through those phases. But again, really getting that interaction going with people is what's going to get people to feel like they know you. In fact, I got on a call, I don't even know. It was a couple weeks ago. And I got on a Zoom with somebody, and the person on the other end was just like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm on a Zoom with you. I feel like I'm on with a celebrity. And I'm like, huh? Like, what do you mean? And they're like, well, I just see you all the time on live and this and that. And it was really just kind of, it was a little flattering, but at the same time, I found it really interesting, because that's kind of what happens is we'll put people up on this pedestal and we feel like we know everything about them and we've never actually met them, right? So that's really what you want to be able to do with people, is really get that genuine interaction.
Is that making sense, guys? Give us some, hit some of those love heart emojis if this is making sense to you. And we've got some more comments here. Carissa, and hey, happy to know you're doing it correctly. That's awesome. Amazing. And what else have we got? Deb understands Avatar now, which is amazing. Fantastic. Okay, guys, so your task today, if you've been following us for a while, we always leave you with an action, right? Because it's one thing to learn something. It's another thing to actually put into action, because it's only the action that'll move your business forward. So your task today is to go live. Just go live, okay? If you need help or need some support doing your first live, then we've got a perfect thing for you. So if you're one of those people in that category where maybe you're scared, maybe you're afraid people are going to judge you, maybe you're afraid you're going to mess up and forget your points, then we've got something really special for you.
So first of all, guys, if you were looking for something different, if you were looking to get out of your comfort zone, right? Tell us in the comments, are you ready? Because we've got our Facebook Live challenge. Now, I can tell you This is something we launched about a year ago, and this has been a game changer for so many people. In fact, we've got a lot of people on our team that they swear by this. They swear that this was the turning point, that this is what really pivoted things in the direction. Because even though they were getting lots of great training from us, even though we provided a lot, they still were nervous about certain things, and going live was really the one. And so if you are ready for that, drop us a ready, and we're going to make sure we get you this link. You can see it here, but we will come back and give it to you. But here's what's really cool about the Facebook Live Challenge. One, it's in a super safe environment, right? It's live in this group. So you're going to be in a group with like-minded people in a safe environment, no judge zone, where people are going to be here to support you. The other thing that's so great about it is that likely here, you're going to get people who are live with you. So it's going to be easier to do those steps. It's going to be easier to interact. It's going to be easier to do things because you've got people here with you. That's going to make it better. And you've probably seen a few people doing the lives in the group. Here's the thing, when you do that, we give you the topic each day, right? So part of the challenge is every single day we give you exactly what you need to be talking about. And so for 21 days, right? 21 days, we're going to tell you exactly what to do. And that's the other thing, is most times people just don't know what to do. People don't know, it's not so much about the how. It's like, well, I don't even know what I'm going to talk about. Well, we take that out of play for you. We make it really, really super simple. And we give you everything for 21 days. So once you get started, we've got it set up in a bot where the bot is going to send you your message every day telling you what your topic is. And then you come live into our group and you do that. So it's going to make it easy for you. And that way you don't have to worry about going out on your page and being really afraid to hit that button. By the time you finish this challenge, you are going to be ready to go to your page and do this out there in public for everybody, because you're going to feel so confident in doing that. So guys, if you are wanting to do this, drop us a ready. I'm seeing tons of people who are ready. That's amazing. I love it. And we'll come back. We will give you this link, and then you guys can get started. And I can tell you, we cannot wait to see you in this group. Cannot wait. So Ruth, do you have anything you want to add?
No, you did an amazing job as usual, Trish. I just love being your partner here and helping this community really step out and grow your business online.
Yes, and likewise, Ruth. Great minds always think alike, and we just love this group, and we love you guys, and we appreciate you so much for tuning in every single week and inviting your friends here. So that's the other thing. If you've got people who you think could benefit from this, guys, get them in this group, get them in this challenge, because this can be a game changer for you and your business. So thanks so much, and we will see all of you next week.
See you next week, guys. Have a great day.